Hello, this is Dr. Kevin Elko. I would like to talk about this new CD series we have. It's called GSD, Get Stuff Done. It is the mental program we put in place for 2016 in the spring to help the Crimson Tide have their undefeated season and their SEC championship. It is a program that took us from beginning to end. I read a study and said all successful people, when you profile them, spend about 15 minutes a day thinking about their day before they start the day, planning the day. This is what our recording is about. And GSD means get stuff done. It's an offtake of grit. So it goes over a couple different concepts. What is get stuff done? First of all, it's about not running away from the hard things in your life, but grasping them, seeing them as a positive, seeing them as something that will make your life better and give you a sense of self-respect. John F. Kennedy spoke in the 1960s at Rice University and says, the United States needs to go to the moon. Someone in the crowd said, why? We have so many social needs. John F. Kennedy said, we'll always have social needs. What we need is something tough, something hard, something to give us self-respect, something that makes us grow.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why 35 years ago fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
I think it's more true now than it was then. Something tough. They say by the year 2020, the second highest diagnosis in the United States, medical diagnosis, will be depression. I think it's because life became too easy. There's too much luxury. But hard, something worthwhile, something that can change my life, something can change others' life. When Ronald Reagan stood up and said, Mr. Gorbachev, knock down this wall, he was saying we need to get something done that's tough. Do something that stretches you. We have a family round we do. Came from the Apostle Paul. When he says, I fought the good fight, I kept the faith. And we talk as a family what we're doing that's a good fight, that's meaningful, that makes a difference. This GSD CD that will change your company, change your group, change your team, change you, starts off with getting something done. But the second step is this, finishing. Being able to finish. When I was in school, they didn't give I's. You couldn't take an incomplete, and it's become an infection. We don't complete anything now. We start strong, but we just don't finish. We start a million things. We're a big bundle of beginnings. Derek Redmond was running the 400-meter dash at the Barcelona Olympics. He was coming around the bend, and he tore his hamstring. The crowd gasped. They came running toward him with stretchers, but his father came running toward him faster. His father put his arm around him and walked him to the finish line, pushing stretchers away. His son was crying, but he said, I've taught my son that you complete everything that you start. What a visual. What a lesson. But we want things instantly. We want them right now. This program goes into finishing. How do we do it? The importance of it. I had a best friend, still have him. His name's Bill. First he went to Somerset, Kentucky as an engineer and fell in love with a woman, and she got cancer. She got Hodgkin's disease. They were married. They went to Tupelo, Mississippi, and she got leukemia. He was an engineer. Every day after work, he'd go, he'd sit with her. He said, I would just sit with her, and sometimes she'd be sick all night long. Sometimes she wouldn't hold her food down. Sometimes she inappropriately, at times, would have waste. He'd clean it up. It was hard for me to watch. And then when she passed away, I looked at him at the funeral home and thought, my goodness, he finished. We don't know how to finish anymore. We don't know how to finish anything. But this series will teach you, and has taught companies and taught teams, the value of finish. We call it the ABCs of GSD because things have become so complicated. There's a lot of books out about finish and GSD and about grit. But ours goes into the ABCs, which stands for A, accountability. Every day be accountable. Get with someone who helps you be accountable. And accountability is not about punishment. It's really about ownership. What can I do different? How can I start my day different? How can I keep on changing me? How can I keep on going? Accountability is if things aren't going good, how can I change? Come on, you're not a tree. You could change. And we need friends that help us stay into reality. B is about buoyancy, staying afloat, not stopping, not letting your mind faint. And we need what's called self-talk to keep us there. We use self-talk at the University of Alabama like this: keep carrying the water until it becomes wine. Keep going till you get there. That's the B of the ABCs, and the C is mental cleansing. Every day clearing our mind so we don't get bitter, so we don't get tired mentally and spiritually, so we start new every single day. Please go to drelko.com and look at this. I think it's a life-changing CD series. The ABCs, accountability, buoyancy, and cleansing of GSD, getting stuff done, so you can sit at the end of the day. You could sit at the end of your marketing period. You can sit at the end of a year and say to yourself, I've gained some self-respect because I fought a good fight and I kept the faith. The ABCs of GSD, you can order it on drelko.com.